Time now for This Week in Auto History. Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir. This week in auto history, we got 2 or 3 things here that we want to bring up and we want to talk about. First thing up is this week in 1917, Studebaker introduced a refreshed line of 6-cylinder cars, and then this was designed to update their offerings in the booming post-war market. This is World War I, Don. I'm sure you remember that one.
Oh, vividly. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I wrote the history
Wait a minute,
there.
that's him in the car.
Yes. Now, these were all 4-door touring cars, meaning they had no top. They were powered by a 354 cubic inch straight 6 with 60 horsepower. Now, the idea was to make a reliable and smooth engine so the consumers would think that they could buy these cars, because Studebaker was transitioning from a wagon company, making wagons and wagon wheels, to a car company, and they needed.
I remember that.
Yeah, remember the showroom whenever they had to pull all the wagons out?
Yeah, and then you go in the back and you find you a horse to pull it.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Also, this week in 1945, civilian auto production officially resumes. Now, this is after World War II. This is the Second Great War, Don. You know, I'm sure you don't get them confused. I know.
Actually, I was thinking Civil War, but whatever.
Okay.
I was thinking gladiators, but
So factories had to take in. They've been building tanks and other war material, and they had to switch back to making automotives, like trucks and cars. But what they did is they went back and picked up the 1942 designs where they stopped. So this allowed them to get back into production quicker and allowed them to create a lot of jobs, over 1 million jobs, whenever everybody was coming back from the war. And it really spiked the economy. So it was a really important time for the automotive industry. Now, this week in 1956, Volvo introduced the 3-point seatbelt concept. It's what we know now. We pretty well take as standard. You know, we went through the development phase where it was just a lap belt, and then they went to the 3-point belt, and that's where we're at right now. And this week in 1960, Chevrolet introduces the rear-engine Corsair Monza. Now, this is where they expanded. This is what they wanted to make it more of a sporty model, so they created the Monza with bucket seats, floor shifter, and a little more sporty trim on it. Now, the first generation engine was 164 cubic inch flat 6. And then in 1962 is when they rolled out the turbocharged Spider version, which is what most people remember as far as the Corsair being a little more sporty. Then in 1970, AMC debuts the Gremlin X package. Now, a lot of people remember this, particularly with the lime green coloring on it. It was a small car, had bold graphics, unique wheels, 304 cubic inch V8 in it. And so it was pretty quick like it was, and it didn't take long for people to start really building them up like this Pro Stalker that we have there on the screen that's out of one. In 1979, unfortunately, the last AMC Pacer is produced.
Oh, shucks.
I know, Don, you regret not getting one of those and keeping it in the garage in storage as a collector item.
Anita Martini had one of those, and I made fun of her at the time when she was still alive, because that's what she had, the fishbowl.
Right. It had a real wide stance.
The ugliest car, one of the ugliest cars ever made in known to human race.
And I did not know they made a station wagon version out of that.
Oh, God.
And it's even worse.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
All right, 2016, the Jeep Compass Global launch. Now, this Fiat Chrysler had got their new Jeep Compass, and they had it on the market, but they went to a global launch. In other words, instead of building it in the United States and shipping it, they started building it where they were going to ship it to, where their markets were. And this became part of their widespread distribution for their worldwide presence. And it actually ended up being the Renegade and Cherokee is where the Compass fit in between, and it became one of their major volume models around the world. And that's how they did it this week in automotive history.
Yay.
Around the world.